So what are the most challenging things about a kicker, like, especially on the road, dealing with the crowd noise? Let's say that you have missed one. How do you keep a short-term memory and just, I mean, go out like you're playing in your own backyard and just go kick the ball?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things, I mean, you talk about going back to old players and former players, and one of the things that, like, really stuck out to me was actually a conversation with Torrey Taylor, and he said that technically if you're like a 85%, 90% practice kicker, if you miss the first kick, it should be almost reassuring on the bounce back kick because your percentage to make the next one bounces up like 10%. So like if you have if you're an 85% kicker, the next one should be like a 96% chance to make it, something like that. And that really like resonated with me because then in practice, I started thinking like, there's not a lot of times where if I do miss one, I don't really miss the next one, you know? So, I mean, that reassurance is really how I if I miss.
Thank you.
Kicking the bent. Oh, go ahead.
Best describe the way you've seen yourself improve, both from a talent standpoint and just the mental standpoint that comes with being a kicker in your time here.
I mean, Iowa football, obviously, it's not just the players on the field. It's like we have like hundreds of other staff. There's actually more staff than football players that goes into a successful football team. So I like to highlight that. And obviously the physical side, I mean, the strength staff, I mean, if you just look at me from freshman year, like a picture or like to now, you can see the differences, you know? And I credit all that to the strength staff because, I mean, they obviously know what they're doing. We bring people in here and they come out looking completely different. And I'd say from the physical side, I mean, that's reassuring because I feel like I can go pretty further back now. Might not have to swing as hard. It opens a lot of doors that maybe you didn't even know were there, maybe as a high school player or even a freshman. And then the mental side, I credit all that to the players in the room and Coach Woods and Brock Sherman, assistant special teams coach, because they assign us books to read, which has a lot of good stuff in it. Like, we read one book, Golf is Not Again Perfect, and I feel like that's one of the best books I ever took away because there's just so many like little things that maybe it like highlights or that you might have had questions to that it answers. So just a lot of that, and obviously Coach Ferentz, he always drops like just a subtle bomb in team meetings, like where you're like, that's why this guy's a Hall of Fame level coach. So it's just like little things like that.
Caden Burr is a guy who wants to be doing things you're doing someday down the road. Talk about working with him, and are you trying to instill some things in him and help him get in a position to someday be a better kicker?
Yeah, I mean, I have I don't know if it's unique. I don't know how many people feel like this, but I'm not really a guy who's gonna like drag you along. Like, you gotta have it mentally, and I feel like Burr is one of those people where, because he's like, I'm not gonna be like, hey, I think you should like do this, because if it's their idea or they're asking you questions, I'll be like, hey, I do this. So then it's their option if they would like to implement it into their game. So for example, it's like I never have to tell Caden, hey, you should do this in the wind or you should do this in the wind, because he's always asking questions. So I really admire guys like that. That's why I feel like the future's bright in the kicking room, at least with Burr here, because I mean, he might be a pain in my ass sometimes, but it's a good pain in the ass because he's trying to get better at the game. So,
Thank you. Have a great year.
Drew, heard you had to make a tackle the other day. I wondered if that's what that was.
yeah, that is what that is. Yeah.
Yeah, let's get another look at that. Interesting. Okay, so what happened?
Well, it was like we're obviously working. It was pretty early in camp, and it was like snapper threw a 6, which I don't know if you know. It's like good location, but like it still needs to be like a certain way when like the amount of rotations or I don't know what the snappers do to get it to do that. But basically he threw a 6 and the holder tried to spin it all the way around. It's a pretty tough hold to execute, like when you have to spin it all the way like that. And it just like slipped out of his hands, laid on the side. And I like tried to stop, and my leg just like carried through, and it hit him. And I don't know. I mean, I hesitate to say I blacked out, but like even in practice, that's just.
You've said that before. I've heard you say you black out a lot. Should we be concerned, like medically, or
I don't know. Every
black
time
out?
I black out, it seems to work out. So, but
you blacked out and then you made a tackle, right?
yeah, I mean that game mode kicks in when I'm in practice because you practice how you play, you know.
Right.
even that's everything. I mean, we read a book this summer called Golf's Not a Game of Perfect, and in that, it says you should not only practice how you're going to play physically, but you should also be mentally thinking like, oh my gosh, if this were, treat this rep like you're actually in a game. Like if you miss this, you just lost the game or something like that. So implementing that in practice, I feel like has its side effects to where I would get so in the zone, I sometimes forget it's practice, and instead of tagging off on the hip,
Did someone yell at you after that, or
behind the line of scrimmage? I mean, I hear meetings. Ball behind the line of scrimmage, anybody can pick it up. So I was like, oh god, he picked it up. Got to stop him before he scores.
who picked it up?
Rashad Godfrey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
he was playing right corner.
Yeah. And so, have there been some ups and downs this camp for kicking? It sounds like maybe there has been good days and bad days.
Yeah, I mean the first day, like the very first day where we installed field goal, was a pretty rough day for me. I will say the wind has been kind, not making excuses because I feel like it's a bit, I should handle it, but I mean it's a lot closer than it might like look on a stat paper. You know what I'm saying? I mean the last couple practices have been good, but like the first couple, I was just like, I mean I'll get detailed. Like when you hit it like high on your foot, it can like move funky, and maybe in the indoor it'll probably still go in.
Yeah.
Like the kind of rotation will get affected by the wind, like, and it'll expose it way more. So when you get into a wind and it's like even 8 mile an hour on that field because it's open in your face, it can really yank it. So I hit a few of those the first day or two. First day, yeah. And so that might have been why. But I say now I'm doing pretty good.
And it sounds like your little brother is doing pretty good over in
He's
Wazoo.
talented. He's talented. He definitely, I feel like physically he still needs some time, but I think technically, like sound wise and ball striking, he's definitely ahead of the game.
He's got a chance to start there, right? This year?
I feel like he's in the driver's seat right now. Not like making any predictions or prophecies here, but we have like a little bet. It's like the loser of fall camp percentage has to post an embarrassing thing on their stories.
Okay.
You'll see. You'll know what it is if I do post it.
Nice.